Hey guys, what's up? It's Katie and I'm back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video. And with the release of Psycho Man, I realized that he's a champ with really good utility, but really garbage damage. And it got me thinking, there's a couple other techs out there who have really good utility and not great damage. And those are OG Vision, Civil Warrior, and Lab Ultron. Now, the other Ultron is also another one, and there are a couple others like Mysterio, but Mysterio can really put out some awesome damage with his poison and that special 3. So I decided to leave out Mysterio and go with these 4. So these 4 all have a form of heal block, and with the exception of Lab Ultron, all have a form of power control. Now, Psycho Man, you need to rotate through his control box in order to get it. OG Viz, all you gotta do is launch specials. And Civil Warrior, in order to get the heal block, you launch your heavy and you drain power off of your special 2. And Civil Warrior's got some other things going for him as well. So once he gets the armor ups when he's awakened, he actually suffers reduced bleed damage. He also has ability accuracy reduction. And of course, Lab Ultron, he inflicts the poison. He's already got the immunities. He gains a fury and he also gains an armor up. So, and he can do a couple other things like stun and that sort of thing. So these champions have a lot of utility, but the problem with them is they lack the damage. Now, with Psycho Man, you alternate through your control box modes, whether you want the damage or whether you want the power control and that sort of thing. So I would really like to see these champions get a fine tuning, because as you'll see, all of these champions, it takes over 300 hits to take down Winter Soldier. Now, I'm not running any synergies. This is just base damage. This is what they come with. So these are all 565s, SIG 200s, and it really pains me to see champs with a good kit like this where it takes over 300 hits. With Civil Warrior, I think it was like over 400 hits in order to take Winter Soldier down. And that really breaks my heart, because Civil Warrior is one of my favorite champs in this game. He's got a really good kit. He's just got noodle damage. So I would really like to see all of these champions get some sort of buff to help them, or not a buff necessarily, but a fine tuning, because these guys, they all have really good kits. Now, of course, Lab Ultron you get through completing Labyrinth of Legends, which is fairly easy this day and age now with the champs that we have out there. You've got Guillotine 29-9, you've got Aegon. I mean, there are a lot. You got Strife. There are a lot of good champions who can go through LOL easy peasy. When I did it with Star-Lord and Archangel. So that was way back in the day, but I digress. So these champions really need something to help them out. I would love to see them get a little bit of fine tuning, because they've got some great utility. They've got power control and they've got a heal block. Now, of course, Psycho Man's heal block is passive like Mysterio's or Warlock's, which Warlock, a lot of people say he doesn't have good damage, but he actually really does. So that is why Warlock is not included in this, because he's probably the top when it comes to a tech champ who's a heal blocker and has power control in the same kit, I should say. So, but I really feel like Civil Warrior needs one the most out of the 4 of these champs. He's been in the game longest. He could absolutely use some sort of fine tuning. Now, Vision, if you bring Warlock if you add Warlock to the team with OG Viz, anytime he gets a debuff that he's immune to, so a bleed or a poison, he's gonna gain a fury buff. So if you have Warlock on the team, that makes him great for nodes like, Biohazard and that sort of thing. But that's the problem, right? If you're going up against, if you're gonna go on a Biohazard node and you have Warlock, you might as well just use Warlock and get that fury with Warlock. So I really think these guys need a little bit of something, especially the OGs like Lab Ultron, Civil Warrior, and OG Vision. They could really use something to kind of put them on par a little bit with some of the others. Now, they're great champs. I love to play them. Lab Ultron, I get a little frustrated with him because of his auto evade. It gets me clipped a couple times. I actually used him in variant 5 And he was a lot of fun, or not variant 5, excuse me, variant 6. He was actually kind of fun in variant 6, you know, where you had to use the villains. So it's kind of nice to dust off some of the old champs. But I would love to see, out of these ones, the one I would love to see get a fine tuning or a numbers tweaking rather the most would be Civil Warrior, because he absolutely needs it. These guys here all have great kits, but they just have garbage damage. They need a little something to help them out. There's no reason that a 565 should take over 300 hits to take down Winter Soldier in Realm of Legends, at least in my opinion. So they could definitely use a little something something. So Lab Ultron actually finishes first, and he finishes first for the reason that he's able to put some DOT on, and that Fury helps him out a little bit as well. The poisons, if you can stack those poisons, they do a good bit of damage. So he finishes pretty quickly in this race. He's the first one to finish, and then Psycho Man finishes next, as you'll see, because the way I rotated with Psycho Man is I kept Psycho Man in his hate phase, because that's where he gets his Fury off the special 2, and then what I did was I built to the special 1 after I had the Fury, launched the special 1, and got the shocks on him. So Psycho Man is next to finish after Lab Ultron, and then Vision isn't far behind. Vision, now a Sig 200 Vision, I was having issues maintaining his power because he was getting that synthesis and really gaining that power quickly. So I wanted to keep to just special 2s with OG Viz here, but that synthesis was pushing him to special 3s. So but the power burn with OG Viz is really nice. They're really good champs, but they just need a little something. So Civil Warrior here, man, he's lagging behind pretty far. I mean, you can already see 386 hits and Winter Soldier still isn't down. I got clipped there because I didn't dash back quick enough, apparently. But they all could use a little bit of something to help them out, especially Civil Warrior. He definitely needs it. He's got one of the best kits of the 3, and he is the one lacking the damage the most. So he absolutely could need something. So I would love to see a fine tuning of Civil Warrior next on the list for champions to get that numbers increase. But anyways, guys, that's all that I got. Let me know in the comments below, who do you think out of these 4 is most deserving of a fine tuning? Do you think it's Civil Warrior or someone else? Let me know in the comments below and let's discuss. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching and enjoy this quick word from Kevin Smith.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, and if you enjoyed the mediocre Mcoc video full of scrub gameplay, then show Katy some love by hitting like and subscribe, man. Katy don't ask for much. Katy did ask for this. Katy did. So do like Katy did and bug people and get you to like and subscribe, man. She's doing that Mcoc beautifully, not mediocre. Katy!